Good morning, gang. I am so happy to work out with you live today while our West Hollywood studio is under remodel, but we are reopening Tuesday, and I can't wait to show you what we have been up to. It's pretty epic. It's probably the biggest announcement I've ever made in my career, and I'm just really pumped. So stay tuned. If you are in West Hollywood and you didn't check your email, please go check that. And if not, we're going to be announcing it really wide to the world on Tuesday. So stay closely tuned. We're not going to need props today, but if you have a wundacore or some blocks, I'll probably be picking them up as options in case you do have them with you. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We are going to lay down on our backs, and we're going to start with some bridges. So we want our feet 4 inches apart parallel. If you do have a wundacore, we could start with it between our legs, but you don't need it. We're going to lay all the way down onto your back. We're going to work on mobility of our spine and our shoulders. So feet are parallel, centered off of your hips, knees aligned, big toe, second toe. And then we're going to inhale as we roll the pelvis. And then we're going to feel the low back lifting off the mat, then the middle back, then the upper back, and stop at the shoulders. Quick pause here. Just double check that you have your shoulders, your pelvis, and your knees in a nice diagonal line. Arms are strongly imprinting in the mat as we get this sorted out. It's really tempting to kind of want to stick ourselves up higher and reach higher in order to get more, but you're actually going to get better core connection and be nicer to your spine if you keep everything in a diagonal, nice and organized. All right. Before we start moving all the way through the range of movement, can you recruit like 3% more from your glutes? Making sure the soles of your feet are imprinting down. Inhale to prepare. And then let's exhale from the top of your spine. We're going to roll down, and the hips are going to lower down last. If this is a good challenge for you, stay right here. Keep working. If you want to improve shoulder mobility while we bridge, as we peel the tailbone up, we're going to float the arms up, reaching the arms all the way back. You'll feel the shoulder blades move underneath you. And then if it is accessible, hands can touch the floor behind you. And then we're going to exhale, top of the spine, middle back, low back, pelvis. As the tailbone touches down, the arms are going to return to the ground. Let's do a few more of those. Peeling from the bottom of the spine, lifting, lengthening, reaching as the arms glide overhead, but it's kind of a little cheat for our brain. I know a lot of clients that we work with complain about shoulder pain or shoulder mobility. Oh, I can't pick my arms up over my shoulders, like next to my head. This is a little like neurological hack where your body will feel safe to lift your arms up maybe a little higher than you normally do. If you can't quite get them to the ground, that's just fine. In the future, if you're doing this workout again, maybe you put a pillow or something behind you so that your hands don't have to come all the way down, but you continue to encourage a larger range of movement. On this next one, you have the option of holding the arms at your sides for support, really imprinting them strongly into the mat, or back behind you, hold the next one up. If you have them back behind you, it's a nice ask for the shoulders, and it's also going to be a significant ask through the hips and the glutes. All right, here we go, guys. We are going to pour all of our body weight with intention into the left hip, the right shoulder, and the left foot, like it's sand in an hourglass. We're going to pick up the right leg into tabletop position. I might have said right leg where we're pouring the sand, but it's the left. All right, here we go. We are going to extend the right leg by unfolding the backside of your thigh. 5 and 4. We're holding for 3, 2. We're going to intentionally use the inner thigh and the belly to bring our leg back to tabletop. We're going to bring it across into a figure 4 stretch. Hold. Check that your pelvis is level. And then we're going to roll down through that bridge again. Exhaling down, all the way down. And then we're going to peel it back up. So now we've got a lot of focus on the right waistline and the left hip. If this is starting to feel aggressive, arms simply come back to your sides. Exhale as you roll down, lengthening the spine, strong arms into the ground, lots of weight through the sole of your left foot. And then we're going to peel it back up. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to bring it back down one more time. rolling down, rolling down, rolling down. And then as we set the tailbone down, we're going to pick up the right foot and the arms come up. Flex both feet and feel that intention of the left leg coming towards you and the right leg going away from you. It should be an internal debate. Inhale, pick your head up, arms go long. Now you can see your pelvis. Is it level? Are your hips at the same position or the same orientation? Oh, my left foot was way down towards the ground. Can you pick the left foot up a little bit? Exhale, bring it down. Arms can come behind you, mobilizing shoulders. Inhale, pick it up. Arms are long at your sides. Really continually find that debate in your own skin at your own pace. We are exhaling down, inhaling as we pick it up. Just a few more like this. Exhaling long and reaching. Inhale, head picks up off the mat, then shoulder blades, hold the arms up and head up. Then we're going to exhale as we bring the legs forward, hip hinge, and inhale, pick it back up. If that feels aggressive in your hip, you can flip the breath. Try and inhale down, and then exhale up. See if you feel a nice connection to your breath in your inner thigh, major quadriceps, major hip opening. Hold the next one. Hold it in that tabletop position, figure 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring your left foot down, right foot down, arms go overhead. We're going to catch the other side in just a minute. Legs go long. From here, take your hands, or if you have your wundacore handy, it can go under the base of your skull. Legs are long, elbows are wide. And we're going to go into a rotation, a shallow curl rotation. Inhale, pick it up. Exhale, just center it, but try to keep your shoulder blades hovered. Inhale, pick it up and rotate. Exhale, again, keep your shoulder blades hovered. If it's aggressive, you can set your head down in between each repetition, so your head can come all the way down, if that feels like a good way to support your body today. If you have a sensitive low back, a bend to the knees will also do the trick. So whatever works for you, however you want to finish out this set, but notice the pelvis and the low back are not reacting in movement. They're holding neutral. And maybe for the last few, we intentionally send more weight into our hands in between our shoulders. So it's like the head is really hanging. And maybe we peel up another millimeter or two as we rotate. Inhale, swivel and lift, lengthen and traction your neck. This is the last time to the left. Inhale, pick it up. Back through center. And last time to the right. And back through center. All right, arms go long one more time. We're going to go into a roll up. We're going to inhale as the arms, head, and neck pick up. And then we're going to exhale. Woo, that's a tricky part to come all the way up to seated. And then we're going to lean with a flat back. We're going to roll the tailbone under us, roll the low back, roll the middle back, rolling all the way down. Head touches down, arms go overhead. If this is sensitive in your knees, you can always soften your knees, but that's going to create an even larger core challenge as we work. So it's kind of up to you. If you need to find someone at your house, or if you need to find like a sofa to put your feet under, that also works. It's also okay if your feet pick up a little bit on the way up. It's a process to get to the place where your feet don't pick up. It took me a long time, but I've been doing this a long time. So do what works in your own skin. Last one, and we're going to continue with that bridge sequence. If your arms are up, it is more challenge. If your arms are in front of you, it's more support. All right, here we go, guys. Arms come down to the mat. Return to how we started our workout today. And we are going to take our feet 4 inches apart, parallel. All right, let's just do one straight through the middle, get our body reoriented, finding the long spine, open hips, knees reaching away, strong feet. And then exhale as we lower down. Ooh, I find a little crick and crack every time I do this. It feels so good. Arms are strong. Inhale, pick it up, lengthen, reach, and open. We always have the option of less support from the middle back, and more mobility through the shoulders. Left leg is going to rise into tabletop. Check your pelvis is level. Unfold the back side of the leg. It's not a can-can kick. Unfold the leg. Pelvis is level. That's super tricky here. And with intention, use your inner thigh and your belly to turn your leg back to tabletop. Pause. We're going to rotate this thigh bone externally. That's how we get into figure 4. Ankle comes onto thigh. And we're going to do a few bridges here. So we're going to roll down from the upper back. Set it all the way down. Arms are strong. If that's a better option for you, they can be at your sides, helping to stabilize your balance, stabilize your hip, and engaging the arms in the middle back. Think about reaching for length. As you set your spine down, we're going to go for one more like this through the bridge, and then we're going to go into our abdominal curl set here. Lengthen and reach. And then from behind your heart, exhale, set it down. Slowly lowering down to the mat. Pause. We're going to float our arms up and our right leg off the ground. Flex both feet. And we're thinking about that internal debate. Arms go long. Inhale, abdominal curl. Now you can see your pelvis. Is it level? And then we're going to exhale, set it down. So my right foot really wants to drop. I wanted to do that on the left side as well. So see if you can maintain a pretty solid tabletop where your shin is balanced and level with the sky or the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen and reach. We're going to go for one more like that, then into our hip hinges. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lengthening up, shoulder blades come off of the mat if that's accessible to you. And you have an option. You can exhale down and inhale, pick it up. That's going to stabilize the spine. Or you can inhale down and exhale, pick it up. And that's going to use some more power with the breath. So it's up to you. And we want to find that internal debate the whole time. Should feel like a lot of work through the quadriceps, a lot of openness through the hips, and of course, deep belly work. Last one, hold it in a spot that's spicy for you. 5, we're coming into a Z-sit. In 4, stretch the arms longer, stretch the neck longer, and unfold. Bring it down. We're gonna rise directly into a Z-sit. It's gonna look like this. So we wanna sit on our right hip, and you can have your left leg folded behind you. If this feels crowded in your own skin, you can always slide a yoga block or even a couple books under your seat, maybe even a pillow, and it'll decrease the flexibility ask from the hips. All right, here we go. We're going to take the right hand softly onto the mat, right leg is forward, and then we're going to inhale. I have very little weight in my right hand. It's there, it's touching. My hand is like a starfish, but I'm not chilling on it, okay? That's going to be an exhale. And then we're going to inhale, pick it up, both arms glide out to the sides. Exhale, fanning the ribs, as much length as you can keep on the right waistline. Bring it over. And inhale, pick it up. Just a few more like this. Exhale, opening space through our waistline, through our hip. And inhale, pick it back up. We're going to change it up after this next one, all right? So change is coming. Exhale, again, we're not loading into the shoulder and the hand. It's just there for support and return. All right, can you hold your hands up? And we're gonna bring the left leg forward. So now I have my left foot just in front of my right ankle, okay? Left foot is on the ground in front of my right ankle. I'm gonna bring my right hand down. Now I am going to load into this right hand. It's kind of like a Z-sit and a wounded twist had a baby. Are you excited? I'm excited. All right, here we go. We are going to lift the right hip off of the ground. Both legs extend, and we're going to swivel. Left hand comes down. Do you see how this is similar to a wounded twist? And then we're going to exhale as we bring it back. So I'm going to keep my right hand on the ground. Now my right hip is touching again, okay? And then we're going to inhale, pick it up, swivel, lift, and rotate. Pelvis spirals down. Both heels are lifted. And then we're going to unfold. So we're not chilling at the bottom. This is about mobility through the hips. So it's not like a resting point. It's about sinking that left hip deep. And then we're going to inhale, lift, and rotate. If you do have your wundacore blocks, this is a really solid opportunity to use it under your right hand to help you connect to your right shoulder and your middle back. I'll try to demonstrate it on the other side so that if you have one, we know what we're doing. All right, guys, here we go. We're gonna hold this next one up, but don't rotate this time, just side bend. We're gonna hold and breathe. Side bend and reach. Think about lifting off of your wrist. Think about absorbing your elbow into your shoulder, lengthening both inner thighs longer than the soles of your feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, and go ahead, bring your hand down and both knees down. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna rise onto our feet and go into a lunge sequence. You're probably going to need a wall or a chair or something close by to assist you with balance. I'm certainly going to use the wall. All right, here we go. We're going to set it up like a lunge where we have our right foot forward and our left foot forward, and right heel lifted behind you. Let's start with a few of our normal lunges here. Today I'm going to ask for a little tip forward. So notice the pelvis is tipped, the ribs and the spine and the head are tipped forward. And then we're going to inhale, pick it up. So if this is a good challenge for you, my friends, you can stay right here. Inhale, think about the inner thighs lifting. And then we're going to exhale as that left thigh bone sinks and absorbs deep into the pelvis. Inhale, pick it up. Can you spread your toes out a little more? Can you find some space between your toes? Exhaling down. On this next one, I'm going to offer an alternate challenge. This is not required, okay? If you want to stay in the same sequence, stay here. If you're looking for a balance challenge, what I'm going to invite is we hold the lunge down, make sure the knee is aligned, big toe, second toe, and the hip is square. And we are going to float the right leg off the mat, but it's not a high kick, guys. It is a reach. This is where you might want a wall. I'm going to adjust myself so I have a wall. And then we're going to reach back. And it's like a little oil well tipping forward. Absorb that thigh bone heavily into your pelvis, okay? And then we're going to inhale as we pick it up. But guys, here's a special little treat I have for you today. I'm going to roll my toes under. So can you see that the top of my toes are getting a stretch? The front side of my ankle is getting a stretch. This is an inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to roll over the top of your thigh bone. And the leg goes long. I don't care how high, I care how long. And then inhale, 2 straight legs. And we're going to really open the front side of that ankle and stretch our inner thighs. Good. We often ask for foot rolls, and I'm working on introducing more what you might consider like a counter posture, right? Something to help do all the movement in all ranges. Good. And let's hold this next one back. Hold it back. 5, lengthening and reaching. Find that left thigh bone absorbing. Maybe your right arm comes out as well for 3. We're not quite done with our lunges. In 2. On the inhale, bring it up. This time the toes go down. I have 2 straight legs. So it's just how we started, 2 straight legs. And then what we're going to do is bend both legs. So now that back leg has bent as well. We're going to keep our torso upright. And now my ask is the opposite of what we were just doing. I'm asking for your right heel to get as low as it can. Mine's not touching the mat, but I'm getting it as low as it can. And then I'm going to yawn it all the way back open, but my height didn't change 1 millimeter. And then I'm going to reach down towards the mat. If you want to take arms up and overhead, feel free. And then we're going to yawn open the front side of the ankle. But this action is happening from the ankle and the hip. Those are besties. We are trying to work on mobility of our ankle and our hip. This helps with low back. This helps with spine, posture, everything, balance. Hold the heel down in a spot that challenges you. Can you get a little lower in that lunge? 5. How about a little lower? 4. Are your knees shining straight forward like railroad tracks? Last 2. And with intention, arms come out to the side. Inhale and bring it all the way up. Beautiful. All right, let's go into a quick squat set. If you have a wundacore handy, you can pop it under your arches. If you don't, I want you to just imagine what that might feel like if you had a little lift under your arches today. Feet are parallel 4 inches apart. We're going to exhale as we lower down, sinking down and back. And then we're going to inhale as we pick it up. So your shins will touch your wundacore if you have one. But if you don't, just make sure that the shins and the knees are aligned, big toe, second toe. And we are sitting down and back. It's not about the knees bending. It is about the hips creasing, the ankles creasing, and the feet holding us up. You have the option of moving the arms. We're going down and lifting up. Let's go ahead and change up the position of our hands. Now I'm doing starfish like this. Exhale as we lower down, hands stop around shoulder height. Inhale as we lift. For everyone, wundacore or not, can you find big toe, second toe, drawing an energy line all the way to your outer heels, both feet. That will help you activate and lift your arches. And that's really important because it also is connected to pelvic floor, diaphragm, all the way up to the roof of your mouth and the crown of your head, helping all of our domes to be functional and connected. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to hold the next one low. Pause. Let's take the arms out to the sides. And we're going to rotate the arms back. So now my palms are facing back, but it's because the upper arms rotated, not just the hands. And then we're going to rotate them forward. So now we're swiveling our arm bones through this really shallow cup of our shoulder joint. So we often talk about the dome of our pelvis, or the domes of our pelvis and our thigh bone. So let's just connect it in our brain that we also have a shallow dome in our shoulders. Something else I'd love for you to kind of put in your pocket and take with you. Do you feel in your own skin how we kind of have one long arm? It's not two, it's not a left and a right. It is one long arm stretching from fingertips to fingertips. And they are literally connected in between your shoulder blades at T6. Literally, that's where they grow out of. And so that's what we want to find, that connection. Almost, can you imagine you're holding a resistance band or a long scarf from hand to hand, and it's helping you to feel that connection in your middle back. Let's hold the palms back. Are you enjoying holding this squat? I am. We're going to exhale, arms come down. I saw that, maybe. Inhale, arms go out about shoulder height, maybe a little higher. Increase our mobility in all different ranges of movement. Hey, let's check in with our feet. Are the front side of your ankles, top sides of your feet kind of popping and jumping with your tendons? If that is true, can you trust about, let's go for 5% more of your weight through your heels? And see if trusting your glutes with your weight doesn't quiet down the gripping in your ankles. All right, we're going to swivel the arms forward. Last little bit. Can you come up half an inch out of your squat so we're not just camping out? We're going to glide the arms up. Maybe after our bridges, with our arms going overhead, you're feeling more trust and ability for your arms to come a little higher. If they don't come all the way up yet, that's fine, but did you see improvement from that drill earlier? All right, let's hold the arms long. Really invite both thigh bones up and in deeper because we've got the lunge on the other side. In 3, 2, like an angel, bringing your arms down, open the hips and rise all the way up. Beautiful. All right, set your wundacore aside if you have it. Let's take the lunge in the other direction. You might want a wall or a chair nearby, so set it up accordingly. This time the right foot comes forward and you're on the ball of your left foot behind you. Keeping your legs parallel, we are going to exhale. It's a soft tilt forward, pelvis rolls over thigh bone. Inhale as we pick it up. Oftentimes when I teach this move, I see people get real excited about their face going forward or their torso going forward and sending less energy to the hip complex. So that means this region. So think about this pelvis swiveling over the top of your thigh bone. Inhale, pick it up. If you want to see a pelvis with bones, I have one here. After our little workout, we can look at it together. Let's hold in our next lunge. Does that sound exciting? Do I know how to sell it or what? All right, guys. We are going to lengthen the left leg back. Even if your toes touch the mat, that is cool. It is not a high kick. I don't want the low back to react. Keep everything in a nice diagonal line. If you want your left leg to go higher, your pelvis must swivel further over your thigh bone. And then we're going to inhale 2 straight legs. And this is where we take the toes in the opposite direction than we normally do, 2 straight legs, and roll them under. So the toenails are touching, not the bottom of the toes. And then at your own pace, we're going to exhale, tip forward into the lunge, hip creases, knee bends, ankle creases on the right side. Left leg, inner thigh reaches so long behind you. Inhale, pick it up. Just a few more like this. It's 2 straight legs at the top, using your extensors, using your deep abdominals to help pick you up. It's not just the foot or the leg. Everything is working together. You have the option of bringing your left arm out at any point. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, we're going to hold this next one down. Hold and breathe. 5, 4, 3. We're not done with our lunges yet. In 2. And inhale with intention. Pick it up. We're going to return to how we started. So we have now the ball of the left foot touching and the right foot flat. We're going to keep our torso upright for this last little bit. We are going to exhale, lower down into a nice upright lunge. Ooh, my right hip is really feeling it already. All right, here we go, guys. Instead of the toes going under, we're sending the heel down now on the left side. That's an exhale. And inhale, yawn it all the way open. If you're familiar with when we do an exercise called gait, fancy Pilates way of saying walk, I knew you knew. That's what we want to kind of think about. You might not touch the ground behind you. I do not touch the ground behind me. But what it is giving you the ability to increase your mobility in your ankle. It's also going to light up the backside of this left leg. And that's cool. That's what we want. Your inner thighs should be working big time. Right foot. Can you imagine it still has the wundacore underneath it? Or the lift from the energy line under big toe, second toe to your right heel? Do you have your pelvis level and your spine long and your head right on top of your spine? Let's hold the heel down. Arms can go up if you'd like to. Can you get a little lower? Keep your knees shining forward. I see knees tip all over the place in this one. And a little bit lower, absorbing the right thigh bone deep into your hip. 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, pick it up because we got a Z-sit. Let's do it. All right, we're going to come on down. Do we like that one? Do we like toes all the directions? Excellent. I'm seeing thumbs up, my favorite. All right, guys, here we go. So again, if you need a yoga block or a pillow underneath your left hip, go for it. That will help make this more accessible. I'm going to bring my block into play. If you have one, remember it goes over the front rather than right on top with your palm. Okay, so we have our Z-sit set up. We have a long waistline to the best of our ability. And then as we exhale, this is going to fold at the left elbow. The left shoulder blade drifts down around our ribs, and we reach, find length. And then we use strong core connection on an inhale to bring your arms out to a T. And then we exhale. Your hand goes down, but I'm not collapsing into it. We're definitely not chilling. And then we inhale, pick it up, reach and lengthen. All right, I've got a lot of intention of setting my right hip towards the ground. It does not touch. Yours might, mine doesn't, but I've got the intention of reaching it all the way down. One more like this. And then we're going to come back to our T with our arms, sit it upright. This is where we're going to go into that Wunda Twist Z-sit. Hello, baby. All right, hold here. If you need to put your hand down, you can. Otherwise, let's work on our balance. And we're going to bring our right foot forward. So now my right foot is in front of my left ankle. Left hand is on your block or on the mat. Here we go. On the inhale, with intention, lift your hip off the ground. Right foot is strongly imprinting. Rotate the spine, and now we are in a twisted, almost a wounded twist position. And then we are going to exhale as we bring it back down. Left hip touches the ground, not to rest, but to actually re-engage. Now I'm strongly in the right hip, right foot, lifting with the waistline, the breath, the core, and rotating the pelvis and shoulders towards the mat. And I'm going to exhale, bring it all the way down. I'm going to give you a little bonus tip I've been challenging in studio lately. Can you breathe through your nose? In Southern California, where we are, it is allergy season. The oak trees are going absolutely bonkers. Everyone is sneezing and snotting and coughing. So if you can breathe through your nose rather than through your mouth, then you're not only going to get better connection and better control of your breath, you're also going to have a filtration system that is filtering out allergens and filtering out things in our environment that we might not want inside of our lungs, right? All right, here we go, guys. This next one, we're gonna do the lift. We're not gonna rotate. We're gonna do the lift and we're gonna arc. Good, lengthening and reaching. Think about lifting off of your elbow and wrist and centering yourself in your core. Here we go, 5. We have 4, we're on our knees in 3, 2, and with intention, set yourself down. Spectacular. All right, we're gonna go into some upper body jumps. You might be familiar with those from our jump board series in class. You can have your legs parallel, or if it suits you better to come into a turnout, more like a child's pose, go for it. We're gonna bring our elbows down. I have super light weight in my arms on the way down, okay? We're gonna go for big arm circles. Here we go. We're gonna inhale, open the hip crease, arms open wide, and then exhale, bring it back down. So now we're working on power, mobility through the hips, shoulders, and knees. And I'd like you to send energy to the sitting bones that are broadening when we're down like this and narrowing to lift you. Exhale down, inhale up. See how organized you can stay and see if you can move at a good clip, at a good pace. It should feel like a nice challenge to your breath and to your cardio system. Keeping your head in line with your spine. Try not to let your head drop or pop up. So keep it on your spine like the top of, like a golf ball on top of a tee. All right, we're gonna mix it up now. Here we go on this next one. We're gonna arc the right arm, rotate open, and then we're gonna bring it back down. But the hand and arm go up and overhead to achieve this. Rotate to the left and bring it back down. Again, shoulder mobility, spinal mobility. Your eyes and your head are looking at your hand that is up and over, reaching behind you. Mobilize your neck, mobilize your spine. So often we don't talk about the head. The head is attached to our spine. The neck is part of our spine, guys. It does not stop at your shoulders. All right, good. Let's go for a few more, both arms. So even yourself out with your rotations. Again, both arms up and over. Here we go for 4, lifting, and 3. Thinking about the sitting bones narrowing, and 2. And last one, hold here. Arms are long at your sides, high kneeling position. We're gonna bring our legs to parallel, if that's not already true, about 4 inches apart parallel. We are going to step the right foot forward, and we're gonna go into a postural series here. If you have weights and you wanna grab them, feel free, but we're gonna get lots of intention through the arms in the postural line. We're gonna tip the pelvis forward tiny bit forward, soft diagonal, top of left foot is down, and then we are going to peel the right heel off of the mat, inviting that right thigh bone in even deeper. This is gonna feel similar to a chest expansion, and you're gonna be like, but I don't have loops. I don't have dumbbells. That's cool. Your arms should be imagining they're going through super sticky peanut butter, and you're trying to reach the bottom of that jar. What's that? You have a nut allergy? Cool, sunflower butter. Just figure out something that is sticky that you want to reach, sinking into and gliding back. Keep your right heel at a height that is not parked. If you can see on my end, I am quivering and shaking. That's the idea. You want more low belly? Get your left shin and the top of that ankle flattened into the floor. It doesn't have to look flat, but that's the intention, melting it down. Here we go for 4. Reach the arms even longer for 3. Here we go for 2. And last one, we're gonna bring it down, back onto both knees. If you have sensitive knees, you're gonna double your mat over and keep working, all right? You can always sit on a chair for some of this as well. Here we go, arms go long. We're gonna bring them out to the sides just a little, kind of like an A-frame. Rotate the upper arm and palms in. We're gonna go into hinges. The important thing is to keep your body in a line. If you're familiar with this on a wundaformer, imagine you have the straps. Imagine you've already got the intention, good, I see that, through the back line of the body. But we're not gonna hang on those straps. We're gonna use our deep abdominals, our back extensors, everything we've got, quads, hamstrings, inner thighs, outer thighs, and we're going into a line. I don't care how far. This is not a camel pose. This is a camel pose. This ain't yoga, all right? We are finding that nice long line. No shortening of your low back. Pubic bone draws up and in. This should feel like major glutes, major belly, major back. If you want more, take your arms forward. If you want more, take your arms higher. This is lengthening the lever and increasing the challenge. We're only doing 1. Here we go, 5. Holding and drawing everything towards center. Ribs are soft for 2. And with intention, inhale and stack yourself back to upright. A+. All right, we're gonna put the left leg forward. Right foot is gonna be down. Here we go. Left foot comes forward. Left leg is parallel right off the center of your hip. Adjust as needed. And then with this time, we are gonna take the arms out to the sides and we're gonna bring our palms swiveled behind us. Palms swiveled behind you. And I'm out to the sides, a wide V. Again, I'm gonna do this tiny tip forward. And then from here, we're gonna absorb that thigh bone in. We're gonna sink our right shin down, lengthen our head away from our tailbone, and we're gonna do a little baby snow angel. Stretch the fingertips more. If that feels uncomfortable, that is good news because we are unwinding all of the technology we use, all of our phones and our tablets and all the things we're doing like this, getting our hands jammed up. Open space in your skin. Equal weight across the sole of the left foot. Knee is aligned, big toe, second toe in the center of your hip. Head is in line with your spine. Can you stretch your arms longer? Remember what we were doing, reaching to the bottom of a new almond butter jar. Let's make it almond butter this time. Trying to get to the bottom with your fingertips. Hold it in a spicy spot for you. Heavy, heavy right shin. 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it all the way up. All right, we're gonna go into a pike or something similar to a downward facing dog. I'm gonna grab my blocks because they really serve me. If you don't have them, hands are flat on your mat. We are going to take our hands shoulder width distance. Try to find equal weight across your palms. And then I'm gonna let you choose if you have feet closed parallel. I'm gonna do 4 inches apart parallel. So we're in a 4-point kneeling. We're gonna inflate the middle back, broaden collarbones. And then we are going to inhale, lift up and back into a pike position. So think more about back with your hips rather than up. We're not going straight up. Adjust your shoulders if needed. Broaden your middle back. Keep your heels quiet. Tiny bend to the knees. Exhale. And tiny extend. Oh my God, I'm shaking like crazy. Keep your heels down. Keep low. It doesn't have to touch the ground. Mine don't. But keep your heels quiet and low. Keep your hips up. Hips are not dropping. It is the thigh bones and the knees changing. And that is fascial flossing while we are holding this pose. So we're increasing our flexibility and functionality with these little tiny fascial flosses. Here we go for 3. We're gonna go into a rotation. This is wrapping things up, guys, for 2. Hold the next one with both legs long. You have the option of coming down onto your knee or onto your left knee, or stay up here on your feet and rotate the right hip outbound. It is nicer on your low back if you keep your knee bent. It is a little more intensive to bring your right leg long. You choose 5, 4, 3. Either way works and gives you a beautiful stretch. Bring both feet down, switching sides. We're going to pick up the left leg. Knee bent is gentler. Right heel is melting down. Left leg long is an option. 3, 2, bring both feet down. Walk yourself out into a plank. We're going to hold a plank to finish for 8, collarbones wide. 7, reaching heels away from crown of head. For 4, you've got this. For 3, inflating your middle back. For 2, and with intention, slowly set down both knees. We're going to come into a child's pose. Move your blocks if they're in the way. We're going to lengthen all the way out. We can walk both hands to the right side of the mat, opening through the waistline and the hip. Can rock side to side. And then we're going to bring both hands to the left side of the mat. And then come up. One final thing. We're going to do just a few little spinal jump ropes. What that means, it's similar to a cat-cow where we're adding a circular motion. So I'm allowing myself to go into a cow where my head goes up, my tailbone goes up, my ribs are going to sweep to the left, and then we're going to round. Now my head and my tailbone are draping down, and my ribs go to the right. If you've done this with me before, keep working. I'm going to show it from a different angle. If you've done this with me before, you know that I always say, you don't have to be precious about it. So we don't have to keep our shoulders and hips locked. This is all about increasing mobility through the spine and the hips, releasing tension, and let's take it the other direction. So that means now we will sweep over to the right and round up. And really think about how a jump rope would work, right? So it would come around, curving up and over, and then it would loop down, the rope would loop down through the middle, and then up and over. One more time, guys. And that's going to do it for our movement together today. And settle back through the center. You can take one more child's pose if you would like to. It was such a joy to work out with you. I can't wait to show you what we've got happening in WeHo and what is coming next to a studio near you. Have a gorgeous Saturday and stick around if you want any questions answered about how you're feeling in your own skin. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for being here.